What's up, YouTube? It's your man's, your boy, that dude, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be talking again about Grancrest, or for you uncultured lames out there, the Grancrest War. Last video I made was more about how fast-paced the show is and how they move from point A to point Z in like a matter of 3 episodes, and about how crazy that seemed to me. This video is going to be more about how just the show in general, just a general overview of the show, my thoughts on the show. Like I said in the last video, I really like Grancrest, but I don't think it's an especially good anime, if that makes any sense. Like, I enjoy it for what it is, but it's not something that, a couple years from now that I'll probably remember with, a whole lot of favor or anything like that. It's just, for what it is, I enjoy it, and that's good enough for me to show you all I ask in anything entertainment-wise, that I just enjoy it. I don't need to be the best thing ever. I don't need to be the next Cowboy Bebop or Yu Yu Hakusho. It's decent, and I like it. So, for that. Now, what I want to talk about for this video is just the characters in the show and the plot itself. I really love the political drama aspect of Grancrest, in the way how they play in like subterfuge or like politics, and how, the way you can maybe resolve a conflict without war, even though most of the conflicts in the show are resolved by war. But I do like that aspect a lot. Also, the animation, animation is pretty good, but for almost all modern anime, the animation is good with computer animation these days, so that's not really anything special there. But beyond that, the characters. The main character, Theo, for me, if you watch the show, you've seen, I want to say episode 9 or so, when he kisses Saluka for the first time. And then this past episode 12, where he just kisses her out of the blue randomly, was a huge breath of fresh air for me. We don't get very often the main character in the anime who is really secure with his feelings for his love interest. Usually they're really shy about it, and they beat around the bush a long time. Not Theo. Theo comes right out. He tells Saluka he cares about her, tells her that he wants her, kisses her, shows affection for her in front of all the troops he's supposed to lead in the battle. Just doesn't give two shits about what anybody thinks about him in that aspect. He just knows that he wants her and he goes for it. That is really nice to me. It's really refreshing, because we don't get that very often in anime. Like I said, I even watch romance anime. Even in romance anime, you don't really get that. So to me, that is a huge plus for this show. But like I said, with Theo, with that being a really good aspect of Theo's character, Theo is probably one of the weakest parts of the show. Like Theo as a character, or Theo as they say in the show, because phonetically in Japanese it would be Theo. But anyway, Theo he has no redeemable qualities outside of being nice and people like him, as far as I can tell in the show. Like, he's not a good tactician or military leader. He's not a good warrior as far as battle. He's nothing special. He's just a fairly nice person, and people like him. That's it. That's really all there is. At least with Lasik, you can see where he's a really good military leader, or he's a really good warrior. I wouldn't say really good military leader. He's a really good fighter in his own right. Or Saluka. Saluka is basically the main character of the show, which really doesn't bother me as it does in a lot of shows. I don't hide behind the fact that I'm not big on female main characters. I mean, I'm glad they're playing shows with them and all that. Just usually I can't relate to the character, so it doesn't feel for me a lot of times. But in this aspect, I do think Saluka is the most important character in the show, and it really doesn't bother me at all. Or Villar. You can see his aspects. You can see his good characteristics. You can see what make him a full-fledged character, or make him important in the scheme of the show or the plot, where he is a good military leader. He is charismatic. He does get people to follow him. He's a good tactician. All these things. You can see what makes him important to the show. Whereas Theo, I feel like if Theo weren't the main character, he wouldn't really mean anything to the show. He'd just be a weak supporting character at best. He is a nice guy, but that's literally just it. That's all. Those are all of his redeeming qualities outside of the romantic aspect that I talked about a little while ago. That's a huge plus for me, but in totality, Theo's character leaves a lot to be lacking, and I really hate how he's supposed to be the main character, but he allows Saluka to basically make all the important decisions. And I get that you're supposed to lean on your mage and lean on them for advice and everything, but he doesn't take charge in almost any way whatsoever. So for that, that's a real bummer to me for the show. I mean, I like it, I enjoy it, but it would be so much better if Theo was an actual good character, a character you get behind, a character you could relate to, and all those things. So that's a big demerit for the show to me. Like I said, I just finished episode 12, and I do believe there's going to be episode 13, so I do believe this anime is going to continue on into the spring season, which is, I'm really glad for it, because I enjoy it, so I get to keep watching. And even though I think the spring season is going to have a lot of good anime that I'm going to check out, I do plan on making a video about that here soon. But, because I know, especially Tokyo Ghoul coming back, which is a big thing, but these past couple of years, it's been I haven't been a lot of anime to watch that I thought had been anything worth mentioning. So it's nice to have an anime that's continuing on. That's at least worth watching to me. You know, if you're just a general anime fan, then I would recommend the show. If you're more of you just pop in for the big hits, you know, the big mainstream hits in anime, I wouldn't recommend this show to you really at all. But if you're someone who reads the message boards and looks at the anime for the upcoming season and picks out things that you think might be a little intriguing, I would definitely recommend this for you, because it's just a decent show to watch. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing for the show that I think is important to mention. I do think it's a little off-putting that they have magic and everything in the show, but they don't really explain the mechanisms of the magic they have, or where it comes from and how you get it and anything like that, which, you know, it's not a big deal to me, but it would be nice to have a little backstory history on those kind of things. Maybe those things are in the manga or the light novel, whichever one the show is based off of. I don't read manga or light novels, so I wouldn't have that for you. I'd probably go look it up. But outside of that, guys, that's pretty much it for this show. Like I said, if you are a big anime fan and you just jonesing for a new anime to watch, check it out. I like it, but if you're just somebody who watches the mainstream hits, it's probably not worth your time. But with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'll catch you guys next time.
All the people saying, get down on it, come on and